Hello and welcome to our viewers on ASI News Broadcast, bringing you the latest top news for today. John McCain, U.S.-Israeli relations have never been worse. Senator John McCain said Sunday that the relationship between the United States and Israel has never been worse than it is now under the Obama administration. Relations with Israel have not always been excellent, but I think any observer would argue they've never been worse, Mr. McCain said on CNN's State of the Union. The Arizona Republican chalked up the rift in part to President Obama, saying he, quote, had very unrealistic expectations about the degree of cooperation that he would get from Israel, particularly on the Palestinian issue, as well as on the nuclear issue with Iran, end quote. Tensions escalated after House Speaker John Boehner invited Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to speak before Congress in March without first informing the White House. Mr. Obama has pursued negotiations with Iran over its disputed nuclear program, raising concerns in Israel about U.S. objectives. The relationship between Mr. Obama and Mr. Netanyahu is, quote, poor as we know, end quote, Mr. McCain said Sunday. It's the worst that I've ever seen in my lifetime, and that in itself is a tragedy because it's the only functioning democracy in the entire Middle East. Mr. McCain, who chairs the Senate Committee on Armed Services, also refused to back down from his comment during a hearing Thursday featuring former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, in which Mr. McCain told an anti-Kissinger protester, "Get out of here, you low-life scum." Of course, I was outraged, and I'm still outraged, Mr. McCain said of the protest, which saw about a dozen protesters surround Mr. Kissinger as he prepared to testify, waving signs and a pair of handcuffs and chanting, "Arrest Henry Kissinger for war crimes." I think they're terrible people, okay? I think they're terrible people that would do that to a 91-year-old man with a broken shoulder to physically threaten him, Mr. McCain said. That is beyond any norm of behavior that I have ever observed. They literally surrounded him and were physically in such proximity to him he was in danger of being harmed. That's what I object to. On Israel, Mr. McCain said he would have talked to the White House before inviting Mr. Netanyahu to speak before Congress, but that he wasn't surprised by the lack of notice, given the president's fraught relation with the Republican House and Senate leadership. Former Obama strategist accused of illegally funding campaign against Netanyahu. President Obama's strained relationship with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took another hit Sunday amid reports from Israel that a former Obama political strategist is working to unseat Netanyahu in the March election. At a Sunday press conference in Tel Aviv, Likud party leaders accused Victory 2015, run by Obama 2012 National Field Director Jeremy Bird, of accepting millions of dollars in foreign contributions in violation of campaign finance law, according to the Israeli newspaper Haaretz. Millions of dollars, whose source is left-wingers overseas, are now being poured into funding the campaign to bring down Benjamin Netanyahu and Likud, said a statement by Likud, which has filed a complaint with state campaign authorities aimed at forcing the group to cease its election activity. In a Thursday report in Haaretz, Mr. Bird was described as the organization's secret weapon, a veteran of Obama's 2008 and 2012 campaigns, who has come with a team of 4 consultants that will try to channel the energies of V15 into an organized methodology. Organizers of Victory 2015, known as V15, released a statement denying the accusations and accusing Likud of trying to stop the energy and buzz around Victory 2015. It said Netanyahu has, quote, lost the field and lost the street. Netanyahu also faces pressure from Washington Democrats, incensed by his plans to speak before a joint session of Congress at the behest of the House and Senate leadership. Republicans invited the Prime Minister without consulting with the White House, a move Democrats viewed as a slap in the face. The speech is slated for March 3rd. The election for the Knesset's Israel's parliament falls 2 weeks later on March 17. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, Nevada Democrat, warned Netanyahu that his speech could hurt efforts to impose additional sanctions on Iran, a move Israel supports. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, California Democrat, said the address sends the wrong message in terms of giving diplomacy a chance, according to a report Thursday in the New York Times. Republicans, meanwhile, stood firm Sunday in their support of having Netanyahu speak directly to Congress and the American people. Netanyahu has noted that he waited to accept the speaking invitation until after the White House was informed, but it may be too late to repair his relationship with Obama, which Senator John McCain, Arizona Republican, described as, quote, poor. Those were the latest news brought to you from the American Studies Institute from Tehran. You can also check our website at www.asipress.us. Thanks for watching.